one station making history every day.
Chicago, Chicago.
Now, John Cass and Lauren Cohn.
89 WQS.
Lauren Cohn, John Cass. You know, Lauren, every month, and again today in the paper, at the Tribune, I did a column on the Mutza, which is, you know, who gets the Mutza of the month, and readers call in, and of course, congressmen and aldermen, stuffed elk heads won.
Right.
But, you know, when I heard this story today about a businessman where is he, on Oak Street?
On Oak Street in Chicago.
Being told he can't fly the American flag outside his business, I feel like, okay, nah to everybody who that's the American flag.
And that's not the only story out of Huntsville, Alabama. Today we have a war veteran who served in Kuwait, Afghanistan, and in Iraq, comes home, puts a flag out, and the condo association is telling him he has to take the flag down. And now everyone's, you know, basically joining in on his side and displaying flags because they think it's terrible there in Huntsville, Alabama.
Well,
what's going on with the flags?
If you can't, I don't know. Why don't we ask Leonard Goldberg, who wants to fly the American flag plus the state of Illinois flag and the city of Chicago flag outside his business, Geneva Seal, which is a purveyor of fine jewelry and watches. Mr. Goldberg, are you on the line?
Yes, thank you for having me on.
What is going on in this country where a businessman can't fly the American flag?
That's a very good question. We have been dealing with this issue for almost a year and a half now. We have 3 flags in our building. It's an American flag, the City of Chicago flag, and the State of Illinois flag. And apparently, according to the Oak Street Council or the president of the association, Maureen Lampert, you know, they're kind of an eyesore. Apparently not aesthetically pleasing to the eye and do not go with the beauty of the Oak Street.
Nah,
so
you know how to do the you know how to do the mutza, right?
But
open hand. Nah.
You've been a businessman in the area though for at least a decade, right?
We've been in that area for almost 12 years now. We were in the corner of Oak and Rush Street for about 10 years, and about 2 years ago we moved really half a block down in the middle of Oak Street. And when we acquired the new building, that's when the flags went up.
And so have they threatened you that you have to take it down or they're going to fine you or what's going on?
Well, we've been repeatedly been told that over the phone, over the emails, and verbally, and finally we received a few letters saying that if we do not take the flags down, we'll be fined repeatedly till we do. And according to Maureen Lampert, there is a city ordinance that will prohibit us to do that, specifically on Oak Street, because they have a special permit. A zoning permit. We have checked with our Alderman Riley, who has been on our side and been extremely supportive. He's looked into it and actually just informed us last night, this is a new development, that there's absolutely no ordinance that prohibits us to do that. So it's really just became between us and the association, or us and the president of the association, Maureen Lampert.
Mr. Goldberg, in that same ward, so they don't want the American flag, but in the same ward they had a billboard of a porn star, Britt, whatever her name was.
Charlie Sheen's ex.
Charlie Sheen's ex, some floozy, with their mouth open, talking about oral sex. But you can have that, but you can't have the American flag? What?
What is going on?
I don't understand.
And what about the right to display the American Flag Act of 2005? How does that play in at all?
Well, it's just been a really interesting issue. It definitely took our family by surprise. We've read the letter a few times, looked at each other in disbelief and said, is this for real? And then we started checking into it. The support of the public has been unbelievable. Everybody's on our side. Most of the businesses on our side, even on Oak Street, and there's just a few people voicing their opinions in disbelief like us.
One thing we didn't ask you, Mr. Goldberg, why do you fly the American flag?
Well, my family came into this country about 35 years ago, and we started as immigrants from Russia and Ukraine, and we started with nothing. My immediate family came here. We had 7 people with $700 and no English skills, and worked at the factory and cleaned offices. So finally, we lived the American dream. We made it to one of the top streets, one of the most prestigious streets in the United States. And when we get here, we're told, take off the American flag. For us, it's an expression of kind of our pride and that we made it, and And, we love the city. We love everything about Chicago. And, we're proud to be Americans. We travel throughout the world quite a bit. And every time we pull out the American passport, we say, hey, we're Americans.
Right.
So for us, it's just part of our history, part of our, family tradition. Plus, with all the economic kind of turmoil and all the political divide in the country, I believe that the flag is really the only symbol that stands united with every person. It doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on. It doesn't matter what your religious preference is. I mean, the flag is something that's a symbol of unity throughout the whole America. And if we don't have the freedom to fly the American flag, what freedom do we have?
That's a great point.
I would think that Lauren and Mr. Goldberg, do you think that they're worried that maybe people might fly other kinds of flags, like, I don't know, political expressions of maybe, whatever that might not go with Oak Street? Is that what they're worried about?
Most of the people on the Oak Street Council work very hard to preserve the street, to preserve the look of the street, to keep it uniform, to keep it clean. And in the provisions of it on the bylaws, it says that you are not allowed to have banners. So somehow the flag of the United States of America fell under that category, and that's what the fight was all about. Now, I understand to keep certain level of display and of expression on the street. I do understand that part. I think just as far as the flag is concerned, it should be in a whole different category by itself.
100%.
Tasteful versus tasteless, yeah.
100%, yeah. Mr. Goldberg, 100%.
Wow.
And when the opinions come that it's actually aesthetically not right, so it really has not much to do with the law ordinance. That's at least the latest development. That it's really up to somebody's personal opinion as far as the aesthetics. Then that is just ridiculous.
You know what? Would the person who wrote that to you, they should tell that to the Marine Corps?
Well, absolutely.
They should tell
that to veterans and the Marine Corps.
Right.
It's really the only person we've been really dealing with and that's been speaking for the association, which I have a hard time believing that the rest of the people on that association agrees with it, is really been the president. I mean, it's really been the, Maureen Lampert of Lampert Jewelers.
Now this,
so there's a little jewelry rivalry going on here.
So we're having some jewelry competition. They're trying to,
Now we're getting to the bottom of things.
Well, listen, the Oak Street Council
I'm not going to say anything like that. I'm going to let people think for themselves.
Listen, we're just political reporters and we think in terms of whose interests. But I'll tell you this, the Oak Street Council is welcome to call us and tell us why they don't like the American
we want to hear
flag
from you. Absolutely.
Flown in Chicago. But in the meantime, Mr. Goldberg, thank you very much for this. We're getting calls 591-8900. Can you fly the American flag over your store in Chicago if you're an immigrant and you love this country? John Cass, Lauren Cohn, 89 WLS, back after this. Lauren Cohn, John Cass here, 89 WLS. Lauren, the issue, can you fly American flag over your business in Chicago, particularly hoity-toity Oak Street?
Let's take some calls on this because people are really fired up about it.
Mike in Chicago.
Oh, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just getting ready to read your column, and Lauren, your voice is music to my ears.
Oh, thank you, Mike.
Don't you like my voice, Mikey?
No, I'm not that way. I told you that way. I told you that.
All right, buddy. So I just can't quit you. Listen, Mike, tell us about, what do you think about the flag?
Well, I'm a former Marine, and I will fly my flag anywhere I darn well please, and nobody's going to tell me anything. My sister had a problem with it one time. I was on vacation. She had a problem with her boyfriend, and the cop asked why she has the flag flying, because it wasn't Flag Day or anything like that. Because my brother was in the Marines. But the cops gave her a problem over it.
Yeah, my son wants to risk his life for this country. If he's chosen, he would do it. And if they told me,
son?
He's 17. He wants to go to the Naval
Academy. I got to have a talk with him because I'll tell him what it's like.
All right,
buddy.
buddy.
What it's like until you're there.
No, I know that. It's not the movies. But thanks, Mike. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for your service.
Appreciate it, yeah.
Sean in Elmwood Park. Sean, flag or no flag?
Well, first of all, there's a couple lessons there. First, God bless Mr. Goldberg. And it shows you that those of us who are born here do not understand or appreciate what those of us who come here under those kind of conditions understand about this country. And as far as the Oak Street, I've seen bums urinate on Oak Street. Really? Is that what we're going to protect? The beauty of Oak Street? So I want to congratulate you on your next column. And I have a little suggestion.
Thanks for assigning it. Thanks, editor.
All the names of the people who make up that pseudo-intellectual, self-loathing communist board and all of their business affiliations. So those of us Chicagoans cannot accidentally enrich these lowlifes and give the business to this man, Mr. Goldberg. Unfortunately, I don't need any more fine jewelry, but when I do, Goldberg is my man.
All right. Well, we'll hold you to that account, and I think Lauren, you would like to visit that place as well, right, Lauren?
It'd be nice to go in.
Someday.
Kind of jewelry they're selling.
Lauren,
She's got to get married first.
What, Sean?
I said if you play your cards right, I might pick up a little bobble for you over there.
Oh,
Okay, Sean, don't even go there, okay, my friend? All right. All right, you're off the air, Sean, for a while now from that, because Lauren is like the princess here. We don't talk like that with Lauren. But someday, Lauren, maybe. Who knows about the diamond? Okay, Don in Arlington Heights. Don.
Hey, guys, good morning.
What's
I
up?
would tell that gentleman to continue to fly the flag, accept the fines, and let him take him to the Supreme Court. The ACLJ, it's American Center for Law and Justice, would be happy to take this charge up free of cost and defend this man, because that's what they do. I fly the Marine Corps flag in front of my house right next to the American flag because my son has been serving for 9 years, and that's what this country represents. There's rules where and how you can fly it. There's no rule that says you can't.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Don.
Bob, why can't we fly a flag in Chicago? Bob, Fort Wayne, Indiana, you're on, buddy.
Yeah, I just got a couple points. First of all, it's kind of ironic, isn't it? The president's hometown, and you can't fly the American flag in the city of Chicago. The people that voted for him must be very proud of that. And just the second thing is, I don't listen to your station too much, but can you give me an update on how Mr. Wade is doing?
We'll try to get an update on the website and
we appreciate you
later.
asking.
Yes,
yeah.
thanks for
Thank
asking, and I know he appreciates it. Don and Roma both. We miss them very, very much. Thanks.
Right.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
Listen, Lauren, what about freedom of speech, though?
Right.
I mean, should you be compelled to have the American flag? You must have it. Nobody can tell me to fly it, but they shouldn't be able to
Tell
equate
you not
it.
to, right? Absolutely.
It's not like a banner, like a banner about whether Leonard Cohen's going to sell some tickets at the theater across the street, right?
Absolutely. And
It's not Black
I saw
Sabbath
the
banner.
picture of the front of the place. I thought it was beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I didn't think it was an eyesore.
591-8900. John Cass, do we need an exemption for Mr. Goldberg to fly his flag? What happened to this country? Now you can't fly a flag? People are going to join up right now in the service and try to get to the service academies, and you can't fly a flag in their hometown? John Cass, Lauren Cohn, 89 WLS, 591-8900. Back after this.